Before any solar farm moves into construction, Pivot must follow a checklist of reviews and approvals to ensure safety and compliance, and to protect landowners, communities, and the environment. In this video, we'll review the permits, the agencies involved, and what happens between signing a lease and breaking ground on your property. What exactly is due diligence for a solar farm, and why does it matter? Solar farm due diligence is the comprehensive review period that happens right after you've secured a land lease, but before construction begins. Think of it as a deep dive into the site's legal, environmental, and engineering aspects. The goal is to uncover any hidden risks or deal breakers that could be expensive or even stop the project entirely. There are many steps after due diligence, which we discuss in this video, along with all of the construction process steps. The link's in the description. Why does due diligence matter? This step protects the landowners by giving them legal clarity and ensuring long-term land stewardship. It also protects communities with environmental safeguards and cultural preservation. And it ensures that we, as developers, can build a compliant, sustainable project. It's a win-win-win. The first significant step is what we call agency correspondence. This is when our team at Pivot Energy engages with key government agencies to understand what regulations and limitations apply to your land. This is a mandatory part of the permitting process and not simply a formality. Here's who we talk to and why. The State Historic Preservation Office ensures the project does not disturb any archaeological or cultural artifacts. This helps prevent damage to historic resources and avoids project delays. We also work with Department of Agriculture to review the land's soil classification and history, helping us minimize the impact on valuable farmland. Then there are the environmental powerhouses, the Department of Natural Resources and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. Working with these two organizations is critical for environmental compliance, helping us identify potential impacts on wetlands, waterways, and habitats for threatened or endangered species. Correspondence with them guides us on where we can and cannot build on the property. At Pivot, we're proud of our process. Due to the experience we have with solar farm development and careful land selection, we can proactively avoid impacting critical ecological resources or land that a landowner wants to continue to farm. We always strive to be thorough and thoughtful here at Pivot, and due diligence is about much more than the land. At its core, due diligence is about the people and the community, which is why we're committed to our unique 3-touch-point process to build trust and gather feedback from local residents before we submit permit. First, we contact neighbors to let them know a project is coming. Then we host a community meeting to answer their questions and listen to their feedback. Finally, we may adjust the site plan based on what the community shares and send a letter updating them on any changes we've made. This improves the site plan for the community and helps smooth the permitting process for everyone involved. Next up, we have on-site reviews and assessments. This is where we hire specialized consultants to visit the site and conduct detailed technical assessments. This is the most crucial part of identifying on-the-ground risks. We conduct an ALTA survey, a highly detailed land survey that defines property boundaries, identifies existing easements, and shows any improvements or features. The ALTA survey is essential for title insurance and understanding our legal rights to the land. Wetland delineation is also a critical step, where an environmental professional identifies and maps any wetlands on the property protected by law. This helps us design the solar array to avoid these sensitive areas. Our process is designed to find these issues proactively, so we can choose sites that avoid this entirely, rather than having to deal with this after the fact. We also perform a threatened and endangered species consultation, where a biologist surveys the land to determine if any protected species live or migrate through the area. If there are any detected, we work with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service to create a mitigation plan. Drain tile surveys are especially important for agricultural land. A survey locates and maps the subsurface drain tiles, which are vital for farm drainage. This is critical for preventing damage to this infrastructure during construction. Finally, we perform geotechnical reviews and a Phase 1 environmental assessment. We bring on an environmental engineer to test the soil's composition, stability, and load-bearing capacity, which is vital for designing the foundations of solar racking. The Phase 1 assessment is a comprehensive review of the site's history to identify any potential environmental contamination, like from old storage tanks or agricultural chemicals, which protects the solar developer and the landowner from future liability for cleanup. Each of these steps is about reducing risk and protecting both the landowner and the developer. The next step in the process is permitting and zoning for solar farms. Our next video will dive into this, so make sure to subscribe and don't miss out. Due diligence is the foundation of a successful solar farm project, but it's only the first step in the solar farm's 20 to 30 year life cycle. To see the steps in the full life cycle, watch this video. While it can be a long process, we've got your back. Our team at Pivot Energy will handle all of these steps, saving you from major headaches and financial loss down the line. Learn more about us at pivotenergy.net, and don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter to receive the latest updates on solar. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.